focus on being the most efficient and the best radiologist clinically that you can be. And that will help you in terms of your time management.
So what advice would you give to early career radiologists who are passionate about innovation but feeling overwhelmed by their clinical responsibilities?
Yeah, that is a tough one. I've seen this time and time again from our most successful academic faculty, is that they've also really spent the time in becoming efficient. That allows them to take a meeting during the day, or not bring home reports to sign, or not, spend time doing clinical work on their academic time, and really maximize what they do. The more confident you are, the more efficient you are, the more you're able to connect with our referring services, build those relationships, build collaborations. I think, again, it starts with being really efficient and confident coming out of your training program, so that you can really do the things that you want to be doing in addition.
I think that's a really great advice for trainees to prioritize getting efficient clinically, and then you'll have more time to think about the research questions because you see more as well. What pivotal moments or experience shaped your leadership style?
So much of what I've been able to do has been really the legacy of the chair who was here before me, Dr. Carolyn Meltzer. She established a long time ago a Radiology Leadership Academy in the department, which I was one of the people who went through that. And now we've had our 16th class of the RLA graduate. And so it's been those sort of experiences, the formal leadership development programs in the department, outside the department. And I think there's really no substitute for getting thrown into different roles. And I've taken a variety of roles over the years in my career here at Emory. I've been a division director, I've been a hospital chief, I've been the quality and safety director for MRI. And I think one of the most unusual experiences was getting thrown into a hospital chief role at a hospital that I had never stepped foot in. And that was just a really amazing opportunity to do something different and grow and sort of stretch myself. And it's been those sorts of opportunities that I think have really helped develop me and ready me for this job.
Yeah, I love that story about, sometimes you just have to jump, and theoretically you can prepare all you want, but the reality is always different. So I actually really like you encourage our new generation to just take that leap of faith and say yes to the opportunities.
Yep, absolutely. I think particularly if you're in a supportive environment, in a place where, even if you go off track a little bit or even fail, you're going to learn from it. You're going to be able to grow from it and, pursue other opportunities. And so it's really having a great environment, having great mentors and leaders around you to learn from.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's actually lead to my next question. So what do you think the most important elements are in creating a supportive and inclusive workplace culture?
Yeah, it is so important, particularly in these times, to have a culture that supports what people want to do in their careers. And I think it's a recognition from the beginning that people have all different interests, that they have different things that they want to focus on, different strengths, and creating an environment where people have the ability to thrive irrespective of what they're interested in really means having people in leadership who value people's differences, that value what people bring to the table from having different experiences, and creating that environment where all views are respected and encouraged. And I think that really makes a organization so much stronger when you have those different opinions.
I love that. I think I heard one of the entrepreneurs said the best time is your dream is so big, everyone's dream can fit in, and then you can align everything. And then once they know they are supported, they'll figure out a way to make things happen. So I think that's probably what makes Emory so successful. So academic radiology departments now are facing growing clinical demands. How do you incentivize your faculty to pursue those innovation, research, and education while still maintaining clinical excellence?
Yeah, I think the first part in your question is ensuring that all those things are valuable and that everybody understands that having great teachers and having great training programs is what is going to sustain the field. And one of the things that we've really focused on here at Emory is harnessing our training programs. And of course, every place is facing a radiologist shortage, a technologist shortage. There's multiple challenges in the labor market. And so what we really wanted to focus on in terms of the teaching was ensuring that we've got the best programs that we can train the next generation. And so everyone has to understand that to do that well, we need people who are not just cranking through cases, but also educating our trainees. And similarly, for us to be able to innovate our way out of our biggest challenges, which is ever expanding volumes in the face of these labor shortages, we have to be able to innovate, to do things differently with our research, with our use of AI. And so I think it's building that fundamental understanding that we all need each other to be involved in all these spaces. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to sort of solve the problems that we're facing. So, I think it is easier said than done in the course of a busy day, but certainly the people who are, busy doing the clinical work and doing a good job of it are the ones who allow our teachers and our innovators to have some of the time that they need to do what they're doing. And so it's really creating that fundamental understanding that everyone is important in what they do.
Yeah, I think you brought up such a great point because you have such a diverse team, so different people can get supported to do things they're interested in doing. So what's your best recruitment and retention strategies?
Oh, wonderful question. I think, first and foremost, it does start with retention. When I started as chair about 3 years ago, we were at about 85% to 87% retention. We're now at 94% as a department. And, what that's let us do is focus all of our recruitment on expanding and being able to better manage the expanding volumes. And so, a big part of retention is understanding why people are leaving. And, it may be related to compensation. It may be related to better opportunities. So we've made a really big effort to adjust that and get into a good place that is market competitive. The other thing is ensuring that the workload is reasonable. And we've managed to do that across many of our divisions. And so it's all very much interrelated. And then having a strategy around remote workforce and what fraction of your department is remote, how do you actually sustain that model? How do you ensure that people feel included in the department, even though they may not be on site? All those things are things that we've actually spent a lot of time thinking about in the department, and we've managed to hire 59 faculty in the last 2 years. So it's been, I think, a good run, and we're expanding as an enterprise across all of the health systems that we serve here. So it's not over. We're going to keep on recruiting and trying to have the best retention that we can.
Yeah, that's impressive. And I really appreciate you help to point out to focus on retention. And thank you so much.